In this video, we're going over our favorite power-based exercises for goalies. If you're a goalie looking to take your performance to the next level, then focusing on developing elite power is going to help you get more dynamic and explosive in the crease. Hey guys, welcome back to Relentless Hockey. My name is Kyle, and today we're going over our favorite power-based exercises for goalies. Goalies that are trying to get more explosive and dynamic in the crease need to be focusing on power development off the ice. And while a lot of goalies talk about getting quicker, they really mean that they want to get more powerful, because everything from a T-push to a shuffle requires an explosive demand into the ice. So today we're going to be focusing on some of our favorite exercises that are specifically for goalies to get more powerful. All right, so for all of our exercises today, we want to be focused on loading up through the hips. This gives us the opportunity to utilize the glutes a lot better than just our quads, which is ultimately going to allow you to have a more powerful push. So in our case, for our first exercise, we're going to load up from the hips, and then I'm just going to have a small jump over to the other side. And every single time I want to find that stability while loading up in that hip. This is a very easy exercise, but one that we often start with just so that players and more so goalies can really focus on creating that fast twitch right from the hip first. You're gonna want to perform this between 8 and 10 reps and really focus on generating as much power and finding the right positions before you move on to the next exercise. All right, so our next exercise is a half kneeling lateral bound. So we're gonna focus by setting up into this half kneel position, and we can have our shin at a bit of an angle here because we're gonna have an explosive push out. So in this case, I'm gonna start by loading up through the glute, and then when I'm ready, jumping as fast as I can over to my next leg and then reloading. So every single time I'm loading up through that hip and really trying to utilize my glutes in every single jump. All right, our next exercise is a half kneel jump again, but this time we're gonna have a double jump. So I'm gonna get set up in the same position where I have my shin at a little bit of an angle because I'm gonna have my push. I'm loaded up in my hip and really ready to fire from my glute. And then as soon as I make my jump, I'm landing in a position where I can then be able to create another jump for a second one. The whole time I'm really focusing on staying nice and low and loaded up so that even when I'm standing up or getting off of the ground, I'm still loaded from that hip and I could make a second jump right away. Our next exercise is a open hip jump. So in this case, I'm still gonna be nice and low and loaded in my hips and glutes, but as I'm ready to jump now, I'm actually gonna open up my hips and then land on a single leg. So I'm gonna try and create as much force as I can from that jump and really try and get out there, but focusing on having that control to get out nice and controlled through the entire movement. All right, so for our next exercise, we're gonna be using sliders, and these are something you can find on Amazon for less than $10, but are super valuable, and especially for goalies. So in this case, we're gonna use an exercise called the slider push, where we're gonna have two sliders set up, one on our knee and one on our foot. And then we're gonna find that slanted shin position and loading up from the hip and glute, and just focus on generating as much power as we can in every push. So from here, I'm having one strong push, and I'm gonna continuously do this for anywhere between 10 and 15 reps before changing over to the next leg. You really wanna focus on generating as much power from every push instead of just going as fast as you can. Our last exercise is a lateral lunge push off, and this is one that we find super valuable for goalies, and it really requires not too much weight. So I have 215s here, and this is gonna be enough because I'm really focusing on the twitch or the fire instead of focusing on too much weight. So in this case, I'm gonna have a low sink down into my hip, and then I'm focusing on generating as much power as I can here by pushing off strong and then returning to a single leg position. So I need to create some stability where I'm not falling over every single rep, but as I'm coming down, I'm focusing on as much power as I can. So here, you're only gonna perform between 6 and 8 reps and really focus on generating as much power as possible instead of going as fast as possible. All right guys, so those are some of our favorite power-based exercises for goalies. And if you're a goalie, chances are you're spending a lot of time on focusing on little details. So trying to get better in the crease and your movements and control and things of that nature, when really improving the physical foundations like power and strength off the ice go a long way in your performance on the ice. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff and want to get stronger and more powerful, head over to relentlesshockey.com where we have tons of goalie-specific articles, or check out our YouTube channel where we're consistently putting out the best content. And let's take your game to the next level.